content water supply project to start soon. $62.4 billion being spent on housing. And Bunny Wailer remembered as reggae music standard bearer. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Vaughn Davis. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says St. Catherine residents will soon have improved access to water and drainage. That's thanks to the Content Water Supply Project, which will soon get underway. The National Water Commission project will involve PVC pipe laying in the Rio Cobre River.
So it's not just laying the pipes, it is also building out the supply. And we are also looking at other areas in and around the corporate area and in St. Catherine, right across Jamaica actually, that will increase our water supply so that when we go into the dry months and we have an extreme shift in our rainfall, then we should be able to have our lives as we normally would expect it without the disruption of lack of water.
Prime Minister Holness says discussions on the project are now at the final stages, where it is to be signed off by Cabinet. Later in the week, word came that the Andrew Holness-led government would be spending $62.4 billion on housing activities in the 2021-2022 fiscal year. The figures are contained in the Jamaica Public Body's estimates of revenue and expenditure. The solutions will be delivered by the National Housing Trust and the Housing Agency of Jamaica. $57.72 billion will be used by the NHT to start 8,513 housing solutions, complete 7,043 units, and issue 12,083 new mortgages. The Housing Agency of Jamaica will spend $2.69 billion to deliver 2,977 housing solutions and accelerate the distribution of titles to regularize informal settlements. It's part of the state's 5-year plan to develop 70,000 new housing solutions.
And we are doing it in many ways. We are doing it in titling by going through and regularizing persons who have occupied lands but have no titles. We are doing it through the Housing Agency of Jamaica, regularizing communities that were informally settled. We are doing it again by the Housing Agency in bringing to market affordable and low-income housing solutions. And we are doing it by the NHT in providing support for the financial system for home ownership.
The public body's estimates for the 2021-2022 fiscal year also revealed plans to increase skills training on the island. 119,350 trainees are expected to be enrolled in the Heart NSTA Trust programs. Certification will be delivered to over 56,000 trainees, while nearly 21,000 will be placed in jobs.
Although face-to-face training has been suspended as a result of the pandemic, the agency has pivoted with the integration of distance learning methodologies and the implementation of 4 assessment centers in Kingston, Montego Bay, St. Anne, and May Pen to alleviate the assessment challenges and ensure that the institution is adhering to the social distancing protocols.
The Heart NSTA plans to focus on providing training in several key emerging skill areas. These include complex problem solving, critical thinking, cognitive flexibility, service orientation, judgment, and decision making. Efforts will also be made to foster business and entrepreneurial growth through grant funding and incubation services. On Tuesday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness held virtual talks with the Jamaica Umbrella Group of Churches. Discussions centered on government's tighter COVID-19 measures, which put a ban on all physical church services from March 1 to 22. Churches will only engage in online services with a maximum of 10 persons to be present at the place of worship to facilitate online broadcasting. During the meeting, Mr. Holness expressed satisfaction with the level of cooperation and leadership displayed by the church community, saying churches had generally done well in abiding by the Disaster Risk Management Act. Tuesday also saw the Prime Minister expressing sadness at the death of legendary reggae singer-songwriter Neville Body Livingston. Livingston passed away in hospital at age 73. Mr. Holness said as a founding member of the Wailers, which included Bob Marley and Peter Tosh, Livingston was a long-time standard bearer of reggae music who won the heart and soul of many across the globe. And that's how we close out Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more of the news stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.